All right, to put a bow on Bellator 290, we are going to the welterweight division. Ethan Hughes is 3-0. Yusuf Karakaya, he's got one mixed martial arts bout under his belt. Former kickboxer making his Bellator debut.
3-0 versus 1-0. Someone's 0. Possibly has to go.
Yeah, I remember what happened last time you said that. Let's go to Michael C. Williams.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the final fight tonight here, Bellator 290, we'll go 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing the blue corner, at 6'2", weighing in 170.2 pounds, making his Bellator debut. He brings a professional record of 1-0 fighting out of Iran, Turkey, presenting Yusuf Karakaya. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner, at 5'10", weighing in 170.8 pounds. As a professional, early on, he's undefeated at 3-0. He fights out of Wiggins, Mississippi. Introducing Ethan Hughes. And your referee in charge, Jonathan Romero.
All right, Joe, here we go, round one. Fight, are you ready? Fight, are you ready? Fight!
Round one, and Yusuf Karakaya, who's got a very vocal support group here for his Bellator MMA debut. Turkish kickboxer who is fighting in his second MMA fight, utilizing that kickboxing background, but it cost him. He's taken down early.
Taken down early. We're going to see if that training at the body shop has got his wrestling on par to get himself back to his feet.
Well, you would think that that's one area that would be working towards getting on par at the body shop.
You would think.
Ethan Hughes, who is coming off a major victory over Mohamed Sebi, who was a very highly decorated wrestler, a huge favorite. And Ethan Hughes stopped him in the third round, John, in what was a terrific performance by the youngster.
Oh, yeah, we saw that Ethan Hughes, a lot of people, it's reading the book by the cover. That man inside, it may be a completely different story. And Ethan Hughes showed he's got a lot of technique. He is tough as nails, and he will continue getting after it. When you think he's going to stop, there is no stop. So
both of them coming off long layoffs. And it's Hughes looking to take the fight to the mat.
nice job by Karakaya to get that 100%. But Ethan Hughes shrugs it off, comes right back at him. Still working at that takedown.
Karakaya now fighting out of Los Angeles by way of Istanbul, hence the vocal contingent of support. Ethan Hughes, he is fighting out of Wiggins, Mississippi.
I don't know if Yusuf got this, but cheering in the one fight I saw in Turkey from him.
Underhook by Karakaya, looks for the, tries to separate, does so. There's that kick to the lead leg, a low outside leg kick, and Hughes with a 1-2. There's a jab through the guard by Hughes. Midway through the opening round, Hughes on his back foot with that right hand. Ready to unload, and Karakaya taking short steps and resets.
Karakaya really needs to start throwing his hands. He's waiting. You can't wait forever. You got to throw.
Karakaya left his home at the age of 12, never gave up on his dreams, was, again, an accomplished Muay Thai practitioner and kickboxer, and here now making his Bellator debut under the tutelage of Antonio McKee. You will never guess what he said when we asked him what his greatest strength was. Striking.
Right now, he better turn it into wrestling because Ethan Hughes got double unders on him. Looking to take him down, but nice job. Just strength by Karakaya.
There you go, John. You asked for it. He's got the takedown. Final minute of the round.
You got it. Hey, look out for the arm bar. I want you to play this game. I'm turning. Give his butt a little bit. Heels.
Hughes looking for that leg lock.
Karakaya wanted to try to limp leg escape, but now, able to spin out and deliver a left hand to Hughes in there. Karakaya crashing down with the right, but gets snagged again by Hughes. Good sequence here. Karakaya now with the front headlock.
Karakaya looking to set up.
Looking for submission.
Sure looking for it.
But time will run out as we go to round 2.
Round 2, ready?
DJ doing a great job representing West Coast hip-hop, and of course, hip-hop's 50th anniversary will be celebrated at the Grammys tomorrow night here in LA. But now it's Hughes and Karakaya, second round.
Hughes definitely has slowed down as far as his aggressiveness. He's kind of waiting now. That's not a good thing. It's clear that Karakaya.
Oh, Karakaya stuns Hughes. But Hughes quick to clinch. Get that body lock secure.
Karakaya digs that underhook, but then he doesn't reach to lift him up. There he goes with that 100% again. Hughes switches to the single.
Underhook by Karakaya.
Karakaya is just physically much stronger than Ethan Hughes, and that's causing Hughes some problems here.
Hughes, dogged determination, trying to take the fight to the mat. Well defended by Karakaya. And as I speak now, Hughes
Got his hands locked now.
Yep, he does.
Bring those legs together. Get his
Scoop 'em up.
hips. Get his hips in. Put that head up.
Well, good job by Karakaya. Still vertical position. They're breaking. He stunned Hughes again. And there's a knee to the face of Hughes. And Karakaya unloading on Ethan Hughes, the Turkish kickboxer turned mixed martial artist, delivering some superlative strikes. And he has Hughes rattled.
Should be his moment right now. Don't crush the space.
Well, it's interesting, as you mentioned, John, you know, we talk about his strength being striking, and as happens at MMA, his first pro fight ends via rear naked choke, gets a first round submission under his belt, but he had Ethan Hughes in trouble momentarily thanks to his striking now in the guard of Hughes as under 2 minutes remain in the second round.
on, let's work. Action.
Nice arm bar attempt by Ethan Hughes right here.
And that's
Tight. That is tight. Now he's belly down.
Down arm bar. Maybe trying to honor Fedor Emelianenko in his own way, because that was a move that Fedor Emelianenko was very good at in his prime, John.
In his prime, he used to swing into it incredibly fast. You say Hughes needs to get that other leg up or adjust his position. He decides, I'm going to go adjust and get on top.
Hughes' lone submission win came in 2021. It was also via rear naked choke, just like Karakaya's lone MMA bout.
Karakaya's in that position now where he's like, I worked really hard. I almost had him out of here, and now look at where I'm at.
MMA can be such a cruel mistress.
Boy, it can.
As we go to the third and final round of what Hughes looking at the referee, delivering right hands to Karakaya, but the final 5 minutes are on tap.
All right, here we go. Round 3. Ready? Ready? Fight!
Ethan Hughes looking to remain undefeated, while Yusuf Karakaya looking to do the same, as, again, just their embryonic stages of their respective MMA careers. Karakaya, the striking department, push kick to the body.
Get on him, Ethan. He's tired. Hit his body,
Hughes' corner wants him to stay on Karakaya, saying that he's tired. Both of them are fatigued after the pace that they've maintained in the grueling ground games.
Nice left hand by Ethan Hughes.
Get on him, Ethan. Get on him. Get on him now, brother. Good. Snap it now. Uppercut. Uppercut. Uppercut after.
Oh, and just missing with the spinning back elbow was Karakaya.
I need 2 punches. Oh, push him back. Get the center of the ring, Ethan. Ethan Hughes, get the center of the ring.
Nice 1-2 by Hughes.
Take down. Take down. Good. Take down.
Oh, right hand from Karakaya lands.
Great punches. Land that uppercut. Good.
Overhand right lead by Hughes.
Hit the body, please. Good. Uppercut and hook. Get that hook. Ethan Hughes, you're winning this fight now. We can jab uppercut. Head up high.
Oh, nice shot right
Nice
there.
shot indeed. Ground and pound as Hughes looks to go for a submission, looking for the armbar again from the bottom after he tasted the power of Karakaya.
Karakaya landed a very nice shot there. Hughes quickly responded to the arm bar. We'll see if Karakaya can get that arm pass. Nice job of stepping out.
Nice escape.
Use your jab. Get on. Get on. He's tired, Ethan. 1-2 again. 1-2.
Lead right catches Hughes from Karakaya, midway point of the final round. Spinning attack misses again for Karakaya. Hughes changes levels, but nothing doing with this takedown attempt. Karakaya's 2 for 2. Hughes 1 for 3 in that department.
Both men incredibly tired right now. All the time being in this building, waiting for their fight, everything, then coming out here, giving it everything they have, and they're exhausted.
I have a feeling our crew feels the same way.
Yeah, they might.
They've been here all day, and they're going to probably be here all night.
Body lock. Body lock.
Karakaya's fans have maintained a steady Yusuf chant throughout this. So
Amazing stamina.
next to Fedor, I think he's been the most popular guy.
There's a takedown. Trip, and Karakaya now has Hughes back and delivering some ground and pound and underneath the armpit with the right hand. And Hughes trying to block it, gets a knee to the face. Just over a minute left in the fight. Now inside control. And the knee shield there by Hughes. And beautiful job by Hughes to get back into the close guard.
He did a very nice job there, being as tired as he is. Still worked his way, did not let Karakaya have that position of side control.
Final 30 seconds of the final fight of the night here at Bellator 290. Welterweights Ethan Hughes and Yusuf Karakaya. Karakaya making his Bellator debut after being successful in his first MMA fight after a decorated career as a kickboxer. Ethan Hughes, he is looking to move to 2-0 here in Bellator MMA as we go to the judges' scorecards with Hughes trying for the armbar. Time is going to run out.
Hey, that is tight.
All right, let's get the official decision from Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's final fight, we go to your three judges, Wade Vieira, Chris Lieben, Elliot Kelly. All have it exactly the same, 29-28. All have it with the winner by unanimous decision, Yusuf Karakaya.
So Ethan Hughes goes from the ultimate high of upsetting Mohamed Sebi to, well, tasting defeat for the first time as Yusuf Karakaya wins his Bellator debut, and his fan base loud and proud here at the Kia Forum.